Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Retirement SOS. I'm Ernie,
And I'm Beth.
and today we're going to talk about 8 things that we want to do in our first year of retirement. Now, Beth, I've been retired for about, just over a week. How's it been going with me home?
It's okay. We're getting used to it. We're settling into each other's company.
And you got to admit, I'm very good at emptying the dishwasher.
You are actually.
No, it takes a lot of hand-eye coordination with the cutlery. So anyways, let's move on here. So Beth is going to talk about our 2 travel goals. So that's going to be 2 of our 8 goals that we want to do in our first year. And Beth, what are they?
Well, we definitely want to travel, and we do have a trip booked to Florida. I think we mentioned in previous videos that we are going down to Florida for about 17 days, hoping to drive there. Right now, the land border is closed for Canadians entering the U.S. So if that doesn't change, we're either flying or, I don't know, not going, but hopefully we will be able to drive down, which was our plan because we were hoping to bring our little dog Ruby with us. We're also going to take a little overnight trip closer to home to Paris, Ontario, not Paris, France, just to enjoy the fall colors. Paris is supposed to be a very pretty little town.
So we have 2 other projects, and now this involves the house. And you can only spend so much money when you're working around the house.
Well, I could spend a lot more if you let me, but...
Budget, we are in retirement. So the first project that we're going to do in the fall are bricks. Now, our house is 30 years old. Both Beth and I have noticed that we have some crumbling bricks, specifically in one corner around the base of the house.
Mm-hmm.
We've also have some crumbling bricks on the front porch on either side.
Yeah.
We have that built up with bricks, but
We're teetering on water damage soon if we don't get it looked at.
exactly. And also not as bad, but around the garage, we have some bricks that are just, starting, I'm going to use the word decay, but as you said, we have to do something about that because winter is coming. Remember Game of Thrones? Winter is coming. And also Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, I think, said that too. But anyway, so we don't want water to come in and we don't want water damage. So this is something that we're going to address. And we've actually already hired a contractor. And that contractor is going to come out in about 4 weeks and fix up that problem we have with the bricks. So then we also have a project for the spring. And that is something that Beth and I are going to do.
Attempt to do,
yes. And hopefully we won't make a mess of it. And what it is, it's our railings along the front porch. Now, we've noticed there are rust spots. So
they're wrought iron railings, so they just need a good paint job that they haven't had in 30 years.
But I think because they're a little on the old side, I think the prep time is going to take just as long to get it ready, like,
Sure.
sanding it down and then putting a stain on it, and then it's just going to be it's going to be a lot of work. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a lot of work, but it will be. And also, we don't want to get the stain and the paint on the steps, so we're going to have to be very, very careful. So those are our house projects.
Another thing we're going to do our first year of retirement is try and get off the electronic devices a little bit more and actually read. So we're both big readers, but lately I found we are just kind of glued to the screens, the tablets, the laptops, the phones. There was a time when I would read before I went to sleep, and lately I find I'm actually on my phone before I go to sleep.
Yeah,
and
me
I
too.
don't know if you even get as good of a sleep doing that. So that is one of our goals. So first year of retirement is to actually read a bit more. And so I thought I would show the book that I'm reading right now is called Life Among the Underdogs by Tia Torres. She is the woman who runs the pit bull sanctuary, Pit Bulls and Parolees on TV. And it's a good book. It's a quick read. I'm about halfway through. It's taken me, 2 days so far just to read that. And it's actually very sad, very heartwarming. It's mostly about the dogs in her life. And what's very interesting about this book is it makes you absolutely fall in love with pit bulls. And here in Ontario, pit bulls are actually a banned breed. So it kind of makes you wonder why, because I don't think it is the dogs most times. It is the people that own the
That train them,
dogs.
yes.
So anyway, it's a good book.
So the book that I'm reading, and every so often I just want to read something a little bit different. Usually I read novels, fiction novels, but I was kind of in the mood for something a little bit different. Maybe because I've just retired, I just don't really feel like reading a long book. So Beth was nice enough to buy this book for me, and she knows I like short stories. So it's 50 of the greatest short stories. It's got some really iconic authors like Ernest Hemingway, E.M. Forster, Aldous Huxley, John Steinbeck. So this is going to be a really interesting book for me to read. And just like Beth, I want to get away from the electronic devices that we have. And I love reading, but I haven't really had a chance to read that much. But now that I'm retired, I'm going back into it.
And the other thing we're going to do is get more active. Neither one of us belong to a fitness center. We have a treadmill down in our basement. We have weights, a whole kind of gym set up down there that neither one of us have been using very much, but we're using it off and on at one point. So neither one of us have belonged to a gym. In fact, I haven't belonged to a gym in years. I'm a little bit intimidated by gyms. But they are building a brand new Y just down the street from us, actually, like less than a 10-minute drive. So we are going to tour that next week and see the facilities and specifically the pool. Apparently, it's a big, huge, brand new, warm saltwater pool, and take aquafit classes. Now, I have a friend who absolutely swears by aquafit. She says the minute she hits the water, all the stress of her life leaves her. It's even more about stress relief than, exercise. So that's something that I've been wanting to try for a while. And so that's something we're going to do.
And I will take aquafit as long as I'm not the only man in the class.
Yes.
Now, if I'm in with a bunch of women, that will be my last class. I'm just telling you right now. But I'm looking forward to it. So the last two things that we want to do in our first year of retirement involve social things. So what we want to do is we want to get together with friends more. And we haven't really been doing that enough. But now, with retirement, we have the luxury, and I mean luxury, of going out on a weekday, either a weekday night or having lunch on a weekday with friends, which I have very, very rarely done. So we've
Only
talked.
if those friends are retired.
Yeah, they have to be retired. They have to be part of the club. What can I say? So that's something we would like to do, and it should be really, really enjoyable. And it's a great benefit of retirement when you can do something like that. And the last thing, this is more me than Beth. So I've had some very brutal hours at work. I have to get up I had to get up at the crack of dawn to go to work. So I very rarely would go to bed like any time past 10. So usually around 10 o'clock at night, I'd be in bed. So now that I don't have to do that anymore, I want to catch up on some old movies. And I really like some of the old movies and I want to start watching more of them. And a lot of them are actually on YouTube. And just recently, I watched the Oxbow incident, and it was excellent. And I really enjoyed it. And if you have a chance to check it out, please do so. It's an excellent movie. So that's our list. And I would say, Beth, they're pretty attainable.
Definitely.
So those are our 8 things. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up or even subscribing to the channel. So until next time,
Thanks for watching.
bye bye.